Hey guys, it's Rich from Billet Spin. Welcome to our next video. And yeah, we're going to have some fun with this one. Listen, if you just read the title of this video and are saying to yourself, yes, it is about time, yes, what is going on, what is wrong with the world, I do not get this, this is madness. Well, this video is for you, and I'm glad you're here. If you're one of those people, I'm going to lump you into one of two categories. The first category is you look at a top like this and you say, why? Rich, come on, man. Why? All I want is a spinning top. This is so far over the top. Why would you even make something like this? Well, I totally get you. I totally feel you. You are a practical person. You want a top like this. This top was $17. This top is $900. Yeah, $900. For those of you that haven't seen the Bathgate top, you're saying, what? Yeah, $900. We'll get into that a little later. But anyway, yeah, you're looking at a top like this, $17. Because this is pure function. This isn't about art. This is pure function. This was the first top I ever made. And then we had it rainbow PVD coated. But yeah, this was the first design, I should say, that I ever made. And it was all about function. I wanted to get people into spinning tops. I wanted to show people how enjoyable they are, and I didn't want to have them pay an arm and a leg for it. But here's what I found out. I found out that this is not fulfilling for me personally. You know, part of the reason I make tops is somewhat selfish. I do it because I enjoy doing it. I don't know if there's anything wrong with that, but that's how it all started. And what I found out is that I don't enjoy making tops like this. They're too simple. I've been machining for a very long time, and I like to just challenge my mind, and this doesn't do it. So if you're a functional person, if you're a practical person, if you buy things that you need and you don't buy more luxury items, oh man, I kind of wish I was you. In fact, I guarantee you my wife wishes I was you. But you know, that's just the way. You know, some people just aren't like that. Some people are, some people aren't, and there's definitely nothing wrong with it. And I feel you. But I will tell you this: I'm not a designer that focuses on, you know, as you can see, I'm not a designer that focuses on function over design. I focus on design over function, and I like complex things. I like things that take me a long time to make, that you know, I think just look cool, and it's more about looking cool than it is about function. So but I will give you, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's a group, if you're into pocket tops or want to get into pocket top, you can go to a group called Pocket Top Talk, and it's on Facebook, and they have tops like this. They have makers who make you know, budget tops or just functional tops without a lot of design. And I mean, they have everything there. You know, there's a whole assortment of makers there, and I get in post in there too. But yeah, so you can find tops for, you know, under $30. There's quite a few of them, and you can get into this hobby and not spend a ton of money and just enjoy spinning tops. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Now, let's get into the second category, and the second category is a little more difficult for me, yeah, you know, it's the reason why I haven't made this video in a year and a half, but you know what? I think it's time. Let's talk about it. This guy right here, this is the Bathgate top. $900, as I spoke to you earlier. The people who are in the second category, you're probably passed out yet. Hopefully somebody's revived you by now when you heard $900 for this top. And yeah, hey, listen, I get it. I really, really do. And I'm glad you're here, and I hope that you're still here watching this video, and I hope that you'll get something out of the next part of this video. You look at this and you can understand the design part of it, but you say, Rich, you're ripping people off. There's no way on earth you should be charging $900 for this little thing. Absolutely no possible way. I'm going to explain the cost to you. Now listen, I don't feel the need that I have to justify, and most people would tell me, Rich, don't make that video. You don't have to justify anything. You know, the majority gets it. Don't worry about those. Well, I'm not that way. So let's get into it. This top right here, the majority of the tops that we make, and this one especially, is made on a 5-axis CNC machine called a Mazak Integrex i200. It is an awesome machine. 5 different axes, they all move simultaneously, and yeah, it's a crazy machine. And that machine has a cost of $400,000. That's 5 zeros and a 4. A lot of money. And yeah, it's that expensive. If you didn't know that about equipment like that, it gets far more expensive than that. That's a small machine in the 5-axis world. They get, you can spend, easily over $1 million on some real high-end big 5-axis stuff. But that's just that one machine. Now, we are a company here. We have 30 employees. We have a building, we have power, we have rent, or not rent, we have, we got to pay property taxes. We got all this overhead that, businesses just incur, health insurance, 401k, stuff like that. And so we have to pay for that. And then we have, we just have spent $400,000 on just one machine. And so we have to charge an hourly rate per machine. And we categorize them, on basic 2-axis lathes, 5-axis, basic 3-axis mills, horizontals. They have different rates, and it's based on a number of different factors, which is very confusing. But basically, the rate for that we charge for a 5-axis machine that does this top is just a little over $100 an hour. Now, that does not include the labor of the guy. We charge labor separately, and the labor, the wage for a guy that runs a 5-axis machine, he's a very, very skilled guy, and so that's not cheap. And so we have to add that onto the hourly rate of just that one machine. Now here's the real kicker. We use 3 machines to make this top, and on top of that, it takes 4 hours. 4 hours to make this top. Now listen, I'm going to get real with you. If you're looking at this and saying there ain't no way that takes 4 hours, here's what I'm going to tell you. Be totally straight with you. Go buy a $400,000 machine and see how long it takes you to make it. So yeah, hope that doesn't offend you, but that is just the reality. I've been doing this for a long time, and anybody who knows a lot about machining will look at that and say, yeah, I get it. Here's the other thing. It's a top. It's got to be, the tolerances have to be perfect, or else this top will wobble. And so you're going to have some scrap that goes along with it. We might make 20 tops and have 2 of them that are junk. That's reality. That's probably, the ratio I'm looking at on a top this complex. And so we have to account for the scrap too. That's just, and then we have 3 machines total. So, and then we have the operator and myself that are working together to put this in, or to assemble this top. Here's the other thing. When a top comes off of a CNC machine, it doesn't just look like this. You make the components. The components all have to be deburred. All these stems, these edges have to be deburred, polished. The outside of the top has to be deburred, polished. All this cutting in there. You can just imagine what that takes to get all those edges nice. The edges are all sharp. Some of them we can deburr in the machine, but the vast majority on a top like this comes out sharp, and we have to hand work all that in order to get that top so that people aren't cutting themselves or, blah, blah, blah. Same as our aperture top here. So there's a lot of handwork that's involved, and especially a lot on the bathgate top. And all that time costs a lot of money. So, I hope that kind of helps you understand. And if you look at the numbers, if you're sitting there crunching the numbers right now, 3 machines, 2 guys, just one of the machines is over $100 an hour without labor. It adds up really, really fast here. And so yeah, if you crunch the numbers, you'll see that we're not we're not raking in a whole bunch of money on the bathgate top, but it's not about that. It's about the art of it, the design. Here's the other thing. This is over the top, man. It's over the top art. This was born of Chris Bathgate's imagination, and there's value to that. You're going to own something that there's only 20 or 30 or 40 of in the entire world, and it came from a true artist's imagination, and you have to put value on that. How much value? That's going to vary from person to person, but there's absolute value in that. And it takes a lot of machining skill to make something like this, to not have it wobble, to have the finishes come out like this. There is some skill there. I'm not one to toot my own horn much, but that is the reality. This one was a very tricky top, and yeah, it came out great. So anyways, so here's my last thing. Yesterday in the group, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm just gonna talk real to you here. We had a guy who didn't get it, and he basically said there's no way a top like that is worth $900 unless it's made of platinum or gold. And I get YouTube comments like that all the time, and I see them on other YouTube videos. Here's the deal. Here's the reality. I'm not going to speak for all makers. I'm just going to speak for myself. You have no idea how incredibly insulting that is. It's basically, for me, it's an assault on my personal character. Yes, if I didn't make any money whatsoever on tops, I wouldn't make them. So yeah, sure, of course we make money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we're not gouging people, we're trying to offer our designs at a fair price. We make a variety of different tops at a variety of different price levels, and I do my best to just be as fair as possible with everybody. And so I urge you this, in the day and age of the internet where it's super easy to just type something and hit enter, because doggone it, you got an opinion and the world needs to hear it. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's better to just leave those opinions tucked away inside, and I am as guilty of this as anybody else. And, I wish the world was more about building people up rather than tearing people down, but that just seems to be the world today. And this is a tiny portion of the billet spin community, but I'm trying to reach out to them. I care about all of you, the people who are big fans. There's people who think I can do no wrong, and you know what, that's not good either. I can do a lot of wrong. I make all sorts of mistakes. I learn a ton of things from you guys in the group. And so yeah, I'm definitely not perfect. I do my best. But I want to reach out to those that don't get it. And that's what this video was about. I know it was long. I know this will probably do more harm than good. I hope that's not the case. My heart is pure in this. If you have questions, post them in the comments. If you're rude, I'll just delete it, because life's too short to deal with stuff like that. But if you have honest questions, sincere questions where you just need help understanding this, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to explain stuff, because I have a passion for people and I have a passion for tops. And that's all I got to say today. Listen, thank you for the community. You are the community. Listen, I'm just going to brag on you guys for a little bit. The Billet Spin group, as of right now, has about 4,900 people in it. 4,900 people. And it is an unbelievable community with very little drama. And that's because of you. Because we keep the negativity out. We build each other up. We have this horrible election going on. We got people from all different, belief systems and opinions. And we come together and we share our passion for tops together, and it's a beautiful thing. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for just keeping the drama down and just making Billet Spin a fun place to hang out. It means so much to me, and I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you and for that awesome community. So thank you for that. I want you to have an absolute wonderful day. Stay tuned as always for more details. Watch the Billet Spin, www.billetspin.com website, the Billet Spin Facebook group, Billet Spin _tops on Instagram. Keep following us. Appreciate everything you do. We'll see you later.